Hey, good evening. It's Rob. How you doing? Happy 4th of July to you. Even though it's the 5th of July, 250, baby. So, quick thought for you. I was talking to a very dear friend of mine tonight on the phone. And I like phone conversations because phone conversations, they can be, if you're in a good conversation on the phone and it's an authentic conversation, that can really hit home with you big time in a lot of different ways. Texting is nice and all. Face to face is the best. But if you can talk on the phone, if you can't be face to face, talk on the phone. Anywho, part of our conversation tonight was I was saying how I was thinking about when I was 20 years old, which is 31 years ago, which is makes me nauseated and wondered at the same point in time. And how when I was 20 years old, I was living out on Block Island. I was working at Champlain's Marina. Had a couple dollars in my pocket every day. Some days I had no dollars in my pocket. But, even if I was 130 pounds soaking wet, 120 pounds soaking wet, we had a blast and we lived every single day. In fact, our worries were so little that summer. We could be our authentic true selves. Like you had no place to have it, just be yourself, right? I remember thinking during that time as this 20-year-old kid, how I wanted my life to be when I got older. And I remember I was telling my friend, I could clearly see myself, being in a house, having a dog, sitting quietly in a chair, having a book, but most importantly, just being comfortable and at peace with my life. And I realized that many of those things had happened. All those things had happened at certain points in time in my life, but it's rare that they all line up at once. You know what I mean? Because that 20-year-old didn't experience the loss of family members, the loss of this, the loss of that, the gain of this, the gain of that, the birth of my daughter, like all these things the 20-year-old didn't experience that the 51-year-old has throughout those times. But the conversation tonight brought me back to that point to be like, it's still there though. All those pieces are still there. The peace in your heart, the ability to sit quiet, to be with the dog, to have a deep conversation with a friend, and to also realize who in your life is bringing value to you and who in your life is resonating at a different vibration. And that's important because it's not a bad thing. It just means that